I went to the school in Juhu, and most kids were from Gujarati business families. And I was like, this is so nice. Yeah, you all eat your tiffin and you all are enjoying, and parents are together, and there are siblings, and there's this perfect household setup. And I had this, all eyes on me at all times. I remember I was playing a football match for the school one time at Azad Maidan. And from nowhere, this whole crew, this TV crew has shown up and is taping this entire game. And I just felt that why can't it just be like everybody
Regular.
else? Why can't I also have normal hair and normal skin and normal everything and a normal body type? So yeah, I think it was liberating much later. I think that you realize that everything that is a weakness or considered a weakness today or considered a weakness then is now a gift. It's actually the gift. And everything that went against you is actually the gift today.
So I wanted to ask this question later, but because you've said this, I'm going to ask you now. And that's how you've named your brand Love Child. And
That's
that
right.
is literally what you just said.
Yeah.
Turning a weakness into a
Strength, yeah.
Was it something, because it was such a big impact in your life, do you think that that's the reason that you named it that? Or you were proud of the fact that you were different or came from a different setup than other people?
I think it was just me being a bit of a smartass, to be honest. But no, I'll tell you honestly, I knew that no matter what I went out and achieved, that would be the way
The
that
tag.
people introduced me. That would be the tag. And I just got sick of it. So I said, you love this tag so much. Let me just present to you a brand called Love Child, because how else would I do it?
Now, I guess times are different and
Yeah.
you're also older. So I guess people won't say, like, kids are mean, kids can be mean.
Kids are mean, but I have to say, parents dictate that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that education matters, being well traveled matters, or your exposure to the world matters. It is ingrained in your system. Dark skin and being a child born out of wedlock will always be something that is spoken of in hushed tones. I think the only thing that has kind of made its way out or is going out now is divorce, because so many people are getting divorced.
Yeah.
So you have no choice, But when I got divorced, I remember I was like, what? Like, what's the big deal? I'm making a life choice. I was 28,
Yeah.
when I got divorced. And I just feel that everybody else makes it a much bigger deal than it actually is.
Yeah, I just feel in this part of the world, especially,
Yeah.
they act like the D word is like, oh my God, like the woman didn't try hard enough, right? It usually
Exactly.
comes down to that,
Yeah.
and usually
Something
it's-
wrong with her.
Yeah, it's usually like, oh, you were not focusing on your home, and you
Yeah.
were not focusing,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you were out trying to achieve something
Yeah.
else, and you were not giving that importance. And even though they might not say it to our faces,
It's being said.
it's being said at some
Absolutely.
point.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel, yes, you're right. It is going out, and nobody's encouraging divorce. Nobody gets married to get
Nobody
divorced.
wants that. It's
Nobody.
turmoil. But
Yeah.
you save yourself in ways that you cannot imagine. You also take steps sometimes where you think, oh, am I doing the right thing? You don't know. It was traumatic for my mother.
Yeah. I can imagine firsthand. I
Yeah,
know that.
yeah.
I think that my parents actually, especially my dad, I think probably struggled with it more than I did in moments.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that I was struggling
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the whole decision, but I think that he struggled because of the generation and the whole.
No, I think the older generation knew that, listen, if something's not working, which in a way was also a good thing, you come halfway and try and make things work, which was also a good thing. I think today it's also arising out of a lot of impatience, intolerance. You're just like, and women becoming independent financially. So they're just like, why am I taking your shit?
Yeah, but I also think that a lot of people don't realize that if any person, and not just woman, a man too, if you're actually heading separate ways with your partner, then you would have already tried, I would imagine. No? Like,
100%.
nobody is just going to, on the first fight, say, okay, I'm leaving because I have money. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
work like
yeah.
that. It's not
Sorry,
so
my
basic.
bank account is full, I'm going.
Exactly. It's really not that basic. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure people would have tried, and then... Anyway, coming back to happier things.
We've gone on to
we've gone on a rant about
divorce.
about divorce.